Backstage at Pointfest, and this is, I gotta say, of all of the interviews that I've done, as far as the placement in conjunction with the show, this one is a little different, because there's not going to be a show here tonight, but we've got Highly Suspect here to join us. So, gentlemen, hello, and I'm going to make this probably pretty awkward for all of us.
Happy to be here.
Grateful to be here.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful to see you guys again, and it has been a spell since we have heard new Highly Suspect music. All right, so I want to know when there's something new work. I mean, what do you got? There's got to be something going on. You got to have a single. You got to have a record.
June 22nd. You heard it fucking here first, right here on the point.
Ooh.
June 22nd. I'm not
like
going to give you the name of the song, though.
Okay.
But that'll be the first single.
All right, I'm going to do this, though. I will admit, though, I heard the song yesterday, and it's freaking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, we're on your Instagram Live? You do not want to be on the Instagram Live with me, man. I'm not a guy that's made for camera. I am the face for radio if there ever was an example.
I think you're beautiful.
Well,
June 22nd, and we are so fucking bummed about not being able to play today because, you know, maybe you would have gotten a little tease.
I think we would have. That's your way of saying you were going to play the new song in the set.
I just said maybe. I don't know.
So, like, but it's been a while since we've had a chance to, like, kind of hang out and stuff and see you guys roll through town. What have you been up to? What have you been doing? Has there been anything new going on in the life, in the world? Catch us up.
Yeah, tons. I mean, my brother and I moved to Nashville. We built a studio in it, and then we got to work on the record, and that took a long time. Yeah, I mean, it was honestly just nice to be off the road for a little bit. We toured for like 6 years straight or something like that, and it was just nice to take a little break. And
We got really good at Apex.
Yeah.
That's the new development.
Yeah, Apex Legends.
A lot of Netflix,
awesome.
A lot of Grubhub.
Oh, man.
It's just been a honestly, like, it's a bum out that everything happened, but I think it was necessary because we wrote probably the best album any of you have ever heard. So that's it.
So was most of the writing and all this stuff done in Nashville at your place, right?
We kind of bounced back and forth. Johnny's in LA, so we were going back and forth between the two, and it just took our time with it. And I think that's like the best part about it is that you shouldn't rush art, and we didn't. So we made something that we're really, really happy with.
But guys, that's kind of hard because you're in a bit of a business in which that when you have a successful single, the next thing is okay, when's the next one coming? So how do you balance?
You just stop giving a fuck.
Well, I guess that's probably it, though. But seriously, I mean, like, not even as a joke. Like, really, you probably have to do that at some point.
If we wanted to rush out music to elicit fame, we could have chosen that path. Mm-hmm. We care about the art. We care about what we put out. It's quality over quantity. So we said, no, fuck it, we're going to take our time. I think we've established, without sounding like too much of a jerk, we've established this point in our career where it's okay if we take 2.5 years and people wait as long as something's really good. You know what I mean? As opposed to like Lana Del Rey, that type of like, take your time with it as opposed to pop it out, because we have things that we really want to say. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And that you need life experience in order to say them. You have to go through experience. You have to have thoughts and opinions on subjects. Or you could just be like, my girl and my car and my dog, but like, you know.
Absolutely
that
so.
Ain't us.
But I find it very odd, though, man, because not all bands have that same sort of mentality. And I feel like some bands will kind of allow themselves to, I don't want to say be manipulated by that system, but you know, I mean, I'm sure you guys have friends in bands, man, that are trying to like push and push and push. How did you guys get to the point where you were like, no, we're going to do this our way or we're not going to friggin' do this?
I think it's always been that way, and we're so fortunate and blessed to work with people that respect that about us. And while we do get pushed, we don't get told, so to speak, in like a bad way. You know what I mean? We feel like with our management, with our label, with everyone, it's partners. And then there's the fact that like we're also fortunate enough that we had, you know, we're not like wealthy people, but we can survive for a couple years just kind of like living for a couple years. I mean, we're pretty much at the end of the rope right now, but that's like thanks to you guys. That's thanks to radio stations and people that actually push and promote and have gotten us to this point where like we've become a thing, you know? So thank you.
To this point.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
Pointfest.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I was in Nashville actually last weekend for the very first time. I had never been, and I had a chance to see a show at the Brooklyn Bowl. And what an absolutely incredible freaking room that is. And why aren't there more venues where we can bowl and watch rock bands? Because I would sign up for that virtually every time I could.
Let's make one right here in St. Louis.
I love it.
So Brooklyn Bowl is like, it's near and dear to my heart. I mean, still live in Brooklyn, but
So the original Brooklyn Bowl.
yeah.
Yeah.
I go there all the time.
And see all kinds of manners of shows. I saw the band Turnstile
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
Turnstile's
awesome.
great.
Holy.
I threw fried chicken at Gary Clark Jr.'s fucking leg at Brooklyn Bowl. I just remembered that.
Wow. Why did you do that?
Well, it was his
Alcohol.
chicken, and we were backstage, and I didn't mean to. By the way, it wasn't like, hey, let me throw this chicken at your leg. It was like we were backstage. The London Souls were opening up for Gary Clark at the Brooklyn Bowl, and they invited us back because we're friends with them. And we're really drunk. I think we're like 24, 25 years old, and we're just eating all their chicken, you know. And he came back, and he was like, hey, you ate all my chicken. And I'm so wasted. And I just tried to throw the chicken into the actual bucket, but it rolled down his chino. It wasn't a good look. Like, I'm still to this day, I'm horrified about it. Gary, I'm sorry.
Because you can't really apologize out of that one.
I've apologized like 5 times in the past.
He was in the middle of a interview with Rolling Stone.
He was.
Yeah. And
Wow.
Rich was like Homer Simpson into the bush. Just like, no.
It was terrible and traumatizing. And but I've seen him a few times since over the years, and I'm always like, hey, Gary, I'm still so sorry about the chicken incident.
He doesn't care. He's living in a mansion back
Right,
out in
he's like-
Texas.
he's like,
marrying a
who the fuck
supermodel.
are you?
He's
fine.
doing all right.
He's fine.
He's doing all right. That is wow. Because as you're telling that story, I'm trying to think of something in which that maybe I have done in that sort of vein, being drunk or anything. But like where that comes into play for me, unfortunately, is if I meet a band and I've had a couple of beers. Like I did this with Jimmy Eat World, and I was like, "You guys helped me so much, and you helped me through my divorce." And the next day I woke up and I said, why, man? And so now, anytime I see the Jimmy Eat World guys, I just am filled with shame. And I know they don't remember me, you know what I mean? But still, I just feel like I'm better than
I
that.
did that with Josh Homme in Sacramento, California, because he was playing drums for Eagles of Death Metal. And I just froze up and just started talking about how much I love his music and how it means so much to me. And he's just like, all right, well, I don't know what to say
Right.
to that. And I just ruined it.
It happens. We all bomb. We're all nerds.
You have to do
Everyone's
it
a nerd.
to then not do it.
100%.
You
So
know?
I interviewed Josh Homme a couple years ago, and it was a total lifer amazing moment. But I have really bad. This is going to sound so cool. I have really bad asthma, and he smokes cigarettes. And during the interview, he was chain smoking, and so you can hear my wheezing get worse as the interview goes on. But I couldn't. I mean, there's nothing that I could do about it. We were in this small room, and he's just. And he's
Chiefing
being,
him.
and he's being cool. He's being nice, talking about everything. So I don't want to stop, but I also
Can't breathe.
I also can't breathe. So that like going back and listening to that is something that I go, whoo. I'm just happy that I'm still kind of kicking after that one. Well, gentlemen, I really hope to see you again soon.
What are we going to do about this situation?
Well, here's what I've heard. I'm glad that you say that, Johnny, because I have heard that there is, things happening right now to maybe hopefully reschedule this situation. I think you probably are privy to those kinds of conversations.
I want to do it.
They were happening in catering.
Yeah, absolutely
Just
so.
now.
I mean, people are really trying to put it together because
Yeah.
we very much do hate the fact that we couldn't make this happen today.
Yeah.
I mean, we really tried to wait it out, but in the end, man, just for everybody's safety, we got to do the right thing.
Absolutely. But for you guys at home that don't get to experience this very often, right now it's so interesting because we've just got like a whole backstage full of music industry people, yourself, myself included. We're all just music industry people. They're like, well, what do we do now without the music? Which is a testament to the music. So you guys, thank you so much for supporting the music. June 22nd, Highly Suspect is putting out a new single for the new album that will be out later this summer. And yeah, we'll figure out this Pointfest thing. Can't do much without the music.
And I'm going to tell you this. The minute in which that I get that song in my email box from Highly Suspect, we will in turn have that song directly on the point as quickly as we can to turn that sucker around, man.
Let's go.
We are legitimately, we love you guys so much. And I'm
We
not
love you
just
too.
saying that to BS. You're such a perfect band for us.
wow.
You're a rock band that doesn't lean too far one way or the other. And we're just really thrilled to be a part of what you do.
Appreciate those words, brother.
And to tell the people, the new song is freaking great.
He's not lying.
There you go. Highly
Not lying.
Suspect. Pointfest. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.